Hey everyone, Mark here at Discover Your Home. Thank you for joining me again here on this wonderful Friday evening. All right, hey, tonight we're going to talk about some ways to improve your home, and we're going to talk about a couple front porch ideas, things that we have done for our customers over the years and things that you can do for yourself to change the look of your home, kind of give it a fresh appeal, and in a very cost-effective way. So let's kind of talk about a few things that we've done here for a couple customers, and even a situation for myself. We're going to start with new address numbers. A lot of times your house is built and they kind of put on these small, cheap, cheesy-looking numbers, and they really don't justify kind of the house. I find a lot of times that the guys are hey, go pick up some numbers, and the house is built and it's usually nothing real fancy, and it's usually smaller than it needs to be. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of great places you can find yourself some different numbers, placards with the address number, name, everything. There's a myriad of places you can find, or even run on down to your local hardware store like a Menards or Home Depot. I found a really kind of more stylish, more fitting of our home numbers, and looks really good. And honestly, you don't think it makes a difference, but it really can. Okay, second. Let's change in that front porch area. Let's talk about maybe doing something to the columns. And you can talk about repainting them, doing a couple bands of different colors on them, just something to highlight them, to give it a little bit more pop. I always start with trying to keep it with the flow of the house, but it doesn't hurt to kind of dress them up a little bit. You'll have kind of a trim piece up high, maybe a crown piece, and possibly like a base piece. So don't be opposed to maybe doing a real contrasting color at either the top trim parts or the column itself. How about replace your columns or your post with maybe like a cedar and do something a little bit more natural looking. So maybe instead of having that kind of colonial style look, maybe changing it over to kind of a more of a rustic look, like a 6x6 or an 8x8 rough sawn timber, and then finishing it off with a natural preservative will really kind of highlight that cedar look to it. That would be a good way to go. We've done that in the recent past here. Changing up the column and putting in more of a PVC type column, and possibly like a kind of a handrail system around the front of your house. A lot of times we have the old what they call finger jointed pine columns. They were kind of colonial style. You can get the same style, you can get different, you can get squared. There's a lot out there for you. We can talk a little bit about style a little bit later, but you might want to go to the new PVC products, because I'll tell you what's beautiful about them is they take paint and they don't rot, and they do a nice job. The nice thing is, if you're looking for a little less maintenance in your life, I would highly suggest it. I'll tell you what, if you're tired of either painting that post out front, or it's starting to kind of to rot out on the bottom, and you're trying to, you epoxy it and you fill it and it still kind of doesn't look right or doesn't finish right, certainly go to the PVC product or even fiberglass products that are out there. You can do kind of a half PVC, half cedar, combination of looks. There's a lot that's going on. Also, you can throw down on your front porch, if you've got concrete, first pressure washing it and getting it clean makes a big difference. If I'm going to dress up that concrete a little bit, there's a couple avenues. Let's go the most cost-effective route. Concrete stain is a really good way to go. Durable, bites real well to the surface. Go ahead, apply that. You can get it in many different colors. I know Sherwin-Williams carries a product, I think it's H&C Concrete. stain. Nice, does a great job, holds up very well, and comes in many of colors. Or you can cover that concrete if it's getting a little gnarly or nasty looking. Over the years, you can possibly put either porcelain or even just a stone tile out there. Just a quick suggestion. That's a little bit more expensive, but I've seen some really great ways to change up that look. Enviro tile. I'm hearing about this product. I'm not as familiar with it. We're going to start investigating into it a little bit here, but I believe it's a type of composite tile that you can put on over concrete, and it's made to look like stone. There's a lot of different products out there in that respect. I'd probably say I'm not as comfortable recommending that, but I'm hearing some stuff about it. We'll get back to you in future talks about that. Repaint the front door or replace your front door and storm door. That is huge. I think a lot of people fail to realize how beat up their front door is, or how faded their front door is. And here's why. Most of our customers don't go through their front door. I find that most customers end up going through their garage. They roll up the garage door, go in through the garage, roll the garage door down, and don't even notice the front door. I always recommend, every spring, walk around the outside of your house, take a look at that front door. If you've got a pergola, or not a pergola, I'm trying to think of the word, and it escapes me. But if you got some sort of covering over the front door, generally it'll hold up. If you've got a southern or a direct east or direct west exposure with no cover, it's going to wear a lot faster. So definitely paint, or if it's a stained fiberglass door, make sure you keep a good coat of polyurethane over the top of it. I'll tell you what, you'll be happy. It'll last longer, and the door will look beautiful for many years. Let's see. Let's talk about possibly adding some plants and some planters. And there's a lot of different things. We can do some hanging. We've done boxes. There's just, I'll tell you what, go on Pinterest and House, and you can find yourself some really cool and neat ways to dress up that front porch with flower pots. A lot of times you'll see some of the old, cut in half whiskey barrels. People doing some unique things with them, putting in, attaching like a water fountain in there. So we've seen some really kind of cool and kitschy things that can really dress up that front porch. And then possibly, if you've got a large enough porch, add that swing, or add that brand new American flag, or the flag of your favorite, say, college football team. How's that sound? Those are great ways to really dress it. You can kind of coordinate it. So let's say you're a Michigan fan, that blue and maize, you could probably coordinate some beautiful flowers along with that. So here's to your front porch. So there again, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So thanks again for joining me here at Discover Your Home. I'm Mark. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you.